Guys, in today's lecture we will see the most important points in the water analysis, that are oxygen demand, that is OD, and the chemical oxygen demand, COD. So we will see these two terms in detail in today's lecture. So first one is oxygen demand, that is OD. So oxygen demand, it is the amount of oxygen is dissolved in a body of water such as a lake, river, stream, etc. And this amount of oxygen is useful for the marine organisms. And it is an indicator of water pollution and dissolved oxygen level in the natural water and the wastewater, which depends upon the physical, biological and the chemical activities which are present in the water body. And the amount of oxygen which can be dissolved, it depends upon the temperature, and it is usually determined by the Winkler's method, and also it can be determined by the polarographic techniques. So the Winkler method, which is also known as a iodometric method. So simply dissolved oxygen is the amount of oxygen that dissolved in a body of water, which is useful for the microorganisms from the water or the marine microorganisms which are present in water. So simply the dissolved oxygen is a indicator of water pollution, and amount of oxygen which is dissolved, it depends upon the temperature, and that can be estimated by using the Winkler method, and also it is known as a iodometric method. So here is the principle of Winkler's method. So basic principle of the Winkler's method is that the dissolved oxygen which can react with the manganese ion to form the manganese dioxide, which further reacts with iodine ion, that is I minus, to liberate I2 in an amount chemically equivalent to the original dissolved oxygen. So simply see the reaction. In this reaction, the principle is noted simply. So manganese ion, that is a Mn2 plus ion, it reacts with half O2 plus 2 OH minus, and it gives the manganese dioxide, and this is a precipitate form of a MnO2, and water is there. After that, this precipitate of manganese dioxide, which further reacts with the iodine ion, that is a 2I minus, and it forms the Mn2 plus, and iodine is liberated. This I2 is liberated, and this liberated I2 is chemically equivalent to the original dissolved oxygen which is present in the water. And this liberated iodine is titrated against the sodium thiosulfate by using the starch as a indicator. So this I2, when titrated with sodium thiosulfate, it gives 2I minus plus S2O6 twice minus. So this is the principle of Winkler's method, that is a manganese ion reacts with O2, it gives MnO2 precipitate. Then this MnO2 reacts with the iodine ion or the iodide ion, that is the I minus, and it gives the Mn2 plus and the I2. This I2 is liberated. This liberated I2 is titrated with the sodium thiosulfate, and it gives S2O6 2 minus, and this liberated I2 is equivalent to the original dissolved oxygen. So we will see the method in which the reagents included are the manganese sulfate, then alkali iodide azide solution, then sulfuric acid, starch indicator, and standard sodium thiosulfate solution is of 0.025 normal. So these are the 5 reagents required for the Winkler's method. Here is the procedure. So as in the previous lecture of BOD, we have prepared the BOD bottles. So initially we have to take the BOD bottle which is filled with the sample solution. So take a stopper bottle and in which sample solution is taken, which is a wastewater. Then in this solution we have to add the 1 ml manganese sulfate. Then add 1 ml alkali iodide azide solution. After that, place the stopper and shake the bottle so that the mixture will get completely mixed. So after that mixing of solution, again open the stopper and add 1 ml of sulfuric acid solution into the same bottle. Then replace the stopper again and shake the solution. So after mixing, then titrate 200 ml of the sample in Erlenmeyer flask. So take a conical flask. In this you can take the 200 ml of the sample solution and add 1 ml of the starch indicator. After adding the starch indicator, the solution color will be changed from colorless to blue. So dark blue color should be developed to the solution in the conical flask. Next, fill the burette with the sodium thiosulfate and titrate the this solution in the conical flask with the sodium thiosulfate. And end point of the titration will be the blue to colorless. So same procedure will be repeated for the blank. Instead of taking sample, you can take the distilled water and perform the same experiment, and this will be the blank. Now same procedure I have written here. Now the calculation, if the whole content is used for the titration, as I have taken the BOD bottle and sample is taken in this, it will be either 250 ml or 300 ml, and if we have taken all 300 ml for the titration, then use this formula, and when you have taken 200 ml or the 100 ml, then use this formula. So simply when we have taken whole content which is present in the bottle and this is titrated against the sodium thiosulfate, then use this formula. So dissolved oxygen in milligram per liter is equal to V1 into N into 1000 divided by V2 minus V3. Here V1 is the volume of the titrant, that is the sodium thiosulfate required for titration. Capital N is the normality of the sodium thiosulfate, which we know, the 0.025 normal. And V2 is the volume of sampling bottle, and V3 is the volume of MnSO4 and Ki solution which is added. So simply when you have taken whole sample from the BOD bottle, then use this formula, and when we have taken simply 50 ml, 100 ml, 200 ml, like that a part of the content, then use this formula. Dissolved oxygen in milligram per liter is equal to V1 into capital N into 8 into 1000 divided by V4 in bracket V2 minus V3 divided by V2. So simply here V1 is the volume of the titrant, V2 is the volume of the sampling bottle, V3 is the volume of MnSO4 and Ki solution which we have added, and V4 is the volume of the part of the contents which is titrated, and the capital N is the normality of the sodium thiosulfate. So this is the formulas for calculation of the dissolved oxygen in milligrams per liter. So by this way, by using Winkler's method, we can find out the dissolved oxygen in the water bodies. Now we will see how the COD can be determined. So chemical oxygen demand is COD. So chemical oxygen demand is an indicative measure of the amount of oxygen that can be consumed by the reactions in a measured solution. And Commonly, it is expressed in the mass of oxygen consumed over volume of solution. And SI unit of the COD is the milligram per liter, that is mg per liter. Simply, chemical oxygen demand is often used to measure the organic matter in the wastewater, treated effluent, and the receiving water. So, simply COD measures the amount of oxygen that can be consumed by the reactions in a measured solution, or simply the oxygen that can be used to decompose organic matter. So, we will see COD is a measure of the capacity of water to consume the oxygen during the decomposition of the organic matter. Simply, it is a capacity of water to consume the oxygen during the organic component decomposition and oxidation of inorganic matter such as ammonia and nitrate. So this is the COD, and here is the method for estimation of the COD. So the method is based on chemical oxidation of material in the presence of catalyst by chromate in a 50% H2SO4. So this method includes the chemical oxidation of the material in the presence of catalyst by chromate in 50% H2SO4. So, the amount of unreacted chromate is determined by the titration with standard mode salt solution. So, initially we have taken the chromate in 50% H2SO4 and the catalyst is added and the organic matter is added. Then the amount of unreacted chromate, that is titrated with the standard mode salt solution, that is a 0.05 normal FAS, ferric ammonium sulfate. And after that 1 ml of HgSO4 is added so that the interference will be prevented. So procedure is given here. Initially we have to take 5 to 50 ml sample solution in a conical flask. After that we will add the 10 to 20 ml of 0.25 normal potassium chromate solution in a 18 normal H2SO4, and then add 1 gram of the Ag2SO4 and 1 gram of the HgSO4 in the same conical flask and reflux this solution for 6 hours. After 6 hours, cool this solution and titrate the excess of potassium chromate with the 0.025 normal of more salt solution, that is a 0.05 normal FAS in 18 normal H2SO4 using ferroin as a indicator. So repeat the same procedure for the blank also and note down the readings for the sample solution and the blank solution, and from that we can calculate the amount of COD. So COD is equal to milligram per liter is equal to B minus A into capital N into 1000 divided by ml of sample. So here B is the volume of FAS used to blank, that is in ml. So ferric ammonium sulfate, which is required for titration of the blank, this is the capital B, and capital A is the volume of FAS which is useful for titration of sample, it is in ml, and capital N is the normality of FAS, that is we have taken FAS normality is a 0.05 normal. So just write capital N is equal to 0.05 normal into 1000 divided by ml of sample, that is we have taken around 5 to 50 ml. So just write this value here and calculate the COD in the milligrams per liter. So by this way we can calculate so easily the dissolved oxygen and the chemical oxygen demand from the wastewater or any water bodies.